Hey guys, how's it going? So, another week, another mobile suit, and this week we have the Doven Wolf. I know a lot of people who have been waiting for this, and I've been saying it's probably going to come out. We've been tossing around what it would be, general support, raid kind of thing, just because it's got a ton of weapons, but we didn't know exactly how many weapons it would actually use or how it would use them. But pretty much has all the weapons. So it's kind of crazy. I got to try it out because somebody got it. Well, Gustav actually got it. I was trying out from Gustav. So yeah, Gustav the 13th. Hopefully he's doing well with it right now. I know he's gonna play some more games and go for that W end. So looking at what it does here, it doesn't really show everything very well in the video, but its beam rifle charges. It's got a 4-second charge, otherwise you just shoot it. It's got a decent ready up time. I don't know what that is. The main cannons on its shoulders is normal beam cannons that you'd expect, kind of like, say, the GM Cannon 2 kind of thing. And it's got a what everybody's been calling a Zoc laser. It's that same style. It's a hard stagger, but I would compare it more with how thick it is, because it's got some girth to it, to that of the double Zeta, and you can actually move this one, and it's got pretty much comparable damage from what I can tell. The double Zeta might actually do more. I haven't actually seen the raw numbers. Funny enough, it's actually fighting the double Zeta, and I would have to say this feels like the better double Zeta, except for one thing. Its health is a bit low at 15k and 16k at 600 and 650, whereas the double Zeta has a ton of health. Its incoms there, it actually, I missed them, to be honest, the first time. So we'll go ahead and go back, just because I actually got to play it and I definitely know what it does. So this right here that it shoots first. Oh, so that, wait, was that his beam rifle? That might have just been his beam rifle with staggers. The incoms, they shoot if you hit with both beams, all four is what I'm assuming. You can actually stagger with those. So that's a build-up stagger right there. You saw him get staggered. The missiles actually have an insane stagger build-up, but if you look how slow, they got to go up and boom. So they fire really fast up, but then they take their time traveling to the target. It also has a shotgun laser, which is kind of insane. I guess they come from the incoms, and you kind of just shoot everything a little bit. It's a nice little spread laser, kind of like what they did with the Zissa's, kind of like crotch shotgun beam. So it's got the weapons, and I think I said all those. So we got incoms, we got the cannon, we got, oh, and the cannon staggers like normal again. The incoms can cause a stagger. The shotgun is a shotgun, so it staggers, of course. You know, you only got one melee. You don't have a dodge roll. It is a general, by the way. I don't know if I opened up with that, but it is a general. So 600, 650, space, and ground. I think it has space specialization. That would make sense if it did. If it doesn't, then oops. But I can't remember. We didn't actually fully check to make sure it did. Kind of trying to read here to see if it does. But anyway, so your main beam rifle is more for an initial stagger or just some filler damage, because it works just like a typical beam rifle. But the thing is, you have a ton of everything else to fire. Now, I already said it doesn't have a dodge roll and you don't have maneuver armor, but it's a general. So what do you have? It is the first general that has shock dampener. So what does that mean? You can't stagger it. It's just like a Zommel or a GOG. So you can't stagger it with normal staggers, but you can only stagger it with hard staggers or the build up from, say, Vulcans, from like a GBO2, or a shotgun is probably the best thing to use against this thing. So overall, though, it is huge, but in more of a tall way than a wide way. I mean, it's still pretty wide and still pretty tall, but it's actually pretty thin, all things considered, for actually having that. And it's pretty quick. At 125, it moves just like the Zommel. The thing is, it's taller, but not wider. It moves the same as the Zommel. So, I mean, hey, we're good. And it has a 225, I think, full speed boost. So not bad. Thrusters aren't too bad, I think, at around 60-something. But turn speed is pretty slow, around a support, in between a support and a general kind of speed. but something more on the supporty side. I think it like 50 or something around there, 53, I think. I can't remember now exactly, but it is on the slower side. Here's the normal suit that they added with it. And overall, again, it's health. Really low. It's got good defenses, but I can one combo it at 600 with the MLRS. And I mean one combo as in one full set of back missiles and just 2 missiles to the face. Now, yes, you can pretty much do that with the MLRS to almost anything, but this thing only has 15,000 health. Even putting on all health parts, people were saying that they could only get it around 18k. 18.2 I think was the highest that I saw in chat. And around 40 some resist though, being more ballistic. So it definitely has the resist potential, but again, its health is so low that the effective HP is definitely lacking on this suit. Will we see a buff to that, or will it be able to combo enough to make this thing a powerhouse? So far we've either seen one side steamroll the other, or well, I mean, that's pretty much been it when we've seen these, because we played about 4 games and there was a ton of them in it. And yeah, so we're gonna wait, let them kind of fizzle out a little bit. I see in 6v6 you might see 2 of these on a team, but in 5v5 I would say you probably only want 1 on the team right now. This is kind of one of those things, like, it's gonna be a ranged suit you're gonna stay back with. You're going to shoot the incoms. You're going to keep people staggered. And if you ever get close, you're going to shotgun into a downswing. So you're going to want to keep that on your bar. An easy way to combo shotgun downswing and then put some distance between you and whatever. The good news is anything that is meleeing you has to downswing you. Otherwise, you can just get a counter. If they do a neutral, you just tackle into them and you get that counter. A lot of people don't pay attention to that, especially when fighting a Zommel and especially with the GOG. That's why the GOG was so powerful when it first came out. People weren't used to that. Okay, so new suits that they added in new levels. The gun cannon detector level 3, so we now have a 550 version. It's great at 450 and 500. At 550 you still have the MLRS. I don't think this is going to be able to compete with the MLRS. Same thing with how they added the 550 full custom. Kind of sucks, but again, yeah, MLRS just too good. The Dom high speed experimental type now has a 450 cost. Pretty nice. Oh, I will say, speaking of the Dryson would be really good. Anything that can just knock down with one quick swing is great, or anything that can build up stagger really fast is great against this. The Tristan actually might also be a pretty good suit. If you Gatling gun into a downswing, or even shoot your beam Gatling gun into a downswing, is pretty solid against this suit. So keep that in mind. Oh, and with that said, I think personally, since QBLAs can just stagger it with its funnels, with the follow funnels or the rear funnels, I'm pretty sure the rear will stagger it if it hits with enough. It only has, oh, by the way, it does have damage control 1, but you know, it's still, QBLA definitely can get its stagger out pretty solidly, I believe, with just using the rear funnels. Again, that only gives it a 30% increase needed before it can stagger. So you're trying to get that 130% total stagger value. Okay, moving on to the extra bonus supply drop that they have. We have the boosted supply drop, half off. Go get it. The half offs are always worth it. Save up. I have 0 coins right now. I'm going to save up, get that half off, and see what happens. If you really wanted the Zusa last week, the second step might not be a bad option, with 2 stars having a higher chance to drop. Overall, normally I stay away from any of the extra steps on these and just do the half off, but I still want the Zusa, and if I had the tokens, I'd probably do the first 2 steps. I mean, the problem is if you wanted the Zusa, you would have spun last week. Just saying. Kind of awkward, but yeah. Just, yeah. Anyway. If you missed the Zusa, I guess. There you go. So, moving on. In the ticket shop, we have a ton of suits. This is kind of crazy. So, we have the Gunner Gundam Level 2. Pretty nice. The Full Armor Gundam Type B Level 1, which is fantastic that it's in there. I love the suit. It's so much fun to play. Sadly, it's not as meta as I would like it to be. but they buffed that missile. It is a hard stagger, and it definitely fires faster now. Other than that, other than this big missile pod up here, it's pretty much a full armor Gundam. The beam, though, takes a little bit longer to ready up, and thus harder to kind of get your shots off, and you can fire an extra shot before it overheats, giving you 4 shots before the overheat happens. Zaku Flipper level 1 and 2, if you can get good with that suit, it is amazing at both costs. Can highly recommend that suit. If you are a raid player and you don't have the Flipper level 1 or 2, the 2-star, I can't remember what the level 2 is in the shop. Actually, I probably could just go check that right now while we're at it. Just because I'm right next to the shop. Looks like, because I don't have the level 2, so the level 2 should be a little bit higher. And 190 tickets and 155 for the level 1, so that's pretty nice. 335 and 400, both of those being the full armor Gundam Type B and the Gunner Gundam. That is pretty pricey and a little too expensive for my taste, actually. Gunner Gundam kind of got its nerf. I, again, don't think they should have nerfed it like that, but hey, they did, and I don't know, for 400 tickets, that's kind of a noof. Definitely gonna bring that up on the podcast tomorrow. So, now that we got that back up, sorry for all the extra beeps and boops, but here we go. Dom Tropin, level 4. It's cool. Ticket worthy? Probably not. Power GM, level 4. It's cool. Ticket worthy? I would say definitely not. Actually, I'd probably say definitely not on these. If you really like the Gunner Gundam level 1, and that is your suit, and you're going to spend 400, sure. If you haven't tried the Type B, and you're not sure on it, I'd probably stay away from it. Really, the only one I could recommend and actually give it a, yes, this is a good suit that you could definitely use as a meta suit for sure, the Zaku Flipper. And that's definitely the level 1, and level 2 might not be as much, but if you get good with this suit, it is amazing. So, definitely kind of high on the skill cap, but it is a very good suit. Because you have to shoot directly with its, I call it the hay gun, but it's the anti-air gun, and then it punches. So you gotta combo punches really well, and it doesn't have much melee range. So, there you go. They also added, besides this suit, the Drosy Custom. Have fun with that. That's a ton of fun to play. I don't know the rating you need for this. I guess I could look that up while we're at it too. And the Gelgoog Marine Commander. They recently buffed this suit, and it is amazing. It is one of my favorite suits to play. If I haven't been having fun playing other suits at around 450 and 500, I think I got both of them. But if I haven't had fun playing other suits, I'd definitely be playing it more. The Gelgoog Marine Commander finally got buffed, and you can shoot so many lasers and do so much damage. I absolutely love the suit. And looking, you need Instant 1, sadly, to get the Gelgoog Marine Commander, and I wish you could get it at much lower. And looking at the Drosy Custom, hopefully my face isn't too sad. I just noticed I'm like scrunching my face up because I'm like, ah, come on. But the Drosy Custom is Sergeant 1. That's pretty nice. I wish the Marine Commander was the same. But anyway, they really need to kind of squish that for newer players. I'm just saying. So guys, looking down here at the clan stuff, in the coming week, we guessed it would be a 600 because of this. There you go. So this Saturday this is our late one. So I'm going to be going hard for it. Simple battle. Derelict colony. We're in space. It'd be interesting to see how this suit plays in space. I really didn't talk about the Doven Wolf in space too much. I feel like you're just going to get outmaneuvered hard by the everything. So, kind of rip for it, even if it has space specialization. Just saying. But anyway, 4v4, 600 simple battle derelict colony. Late night battle. So this one is 8 p.m. Pacific because we fell back an hour. That means I don't have to stay up to 2 a.m. anymore. I just stay up to 1 a.m. I am okay with that. So I'll definitely be on. I'm looking forward to this. It'll be a lot of fun. So I will definitely be doing that this weekend. I kind of forgot that this was the late night one. But next, though, and the last thing I want to talk about is on the 21st, we have 350 5v5 target shuffle jungle. Now, we've been kind of basing our picks off the cost. So we called the Zusa at 500. I want to say someone said Doven Wolf for the 600 last week, but we'd have to go back to the podcast for that. But we all called the Zusa, I'm pretty sure like most everybody called the Zusa because we were all calling, what support will it be? Because we were just saying it had to be a support. Well, this week I thought it had to be a raid, but it didn't. We got a general. So surely we're going to get a raid next week, right? Right? Well, if we're going to get a raid next week, my guess is, because normally we don't get the 350 when it's 350. I'm pretty sure every time it's low, we don't get a low cost suit. Because I remember, I want to say on the 300, we got like a 500 suit or something. So here's my guess. I'm going to say we get the O. That's next week. We're getting a raid, and it's going to be the O. If not, maybe the Ag. Is that the one I'm thinking of with the drill or whatever? Maybe. Something like that. So either if it's a high cost, I'm going to go with the O. And I don't know. I'll figure it out tomorrow. We'll definitely do our picks on the podcast for sure. But I'm going to think on that one. That was just the first one that popped in my head. That would be a raid that kind of lower cost. But anyway, guys. Usual links will be down in the description. Twitch, Discord, Twitter, stuff like that. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think about this patch. If you got the suit, what you think about it. Do you want the suit? Do you like the stuff that they added into the ticket shop? And do you wish they had a banner for the detector? But anyway, guys, if you've already played, let me know how you think the suit plays and if you think it is a little too squishy. I do kind of think that, but it does have crazy damage potential. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace!